Young Jack O'Malley has always been a skeptic, and at 12 years old during a family Christmas Eve party, he proves it by sneaking away from the festivities to unlock a closet full of wrapped presents. When his Uncle Rick catches him and insists that Santa is real and will absolutely be coming tonight, Jack scoffs and walks away unimpressed. Later that night, he eats the cookies left out for Santa and drinks the milk, completely convinced that none of it matters. 30 years later, Jack has transformed into a charming scoundrel who steals coffee from strangers, lifts newspapers from unsuspecting businessmen, and owes money to every bookie in the tri-state area. His latest job is particularly mysterious, as someone has hired him through encrypted channels to hack into the intercontinental seismic surveillance system to find coordinates somewhere in the Arctic. Jack completes the job without asking questions, plants a tracking device in a government building, and collects his payment. Meanwhile, at a shopping mall in Philadelphia, the most unconventional Santa Claus sits with children on his lap. This is no ordinary mall Santa. This is Nick, the actual Saint Nicholas of Myra, and he is guarded by the most imposing bodyguard imaginable. Callum Drift stands over 6 feet tall, dressed in tactical Christmas-themed gear, watching every corner of the mall with the intensity of a Secret Service agent protecting the president. Nick loves these mall visits. He calls them recharging the battery, connecting with the kids, feeling the spirit of the season. The motorcade returns Nick to a military base where his actual sleigh awaits, pulled by 8 massive reindeer that are nothing like the cute creatures on holiday cards. The sleigh lifts off, escorted by F-22 Raptor fighter jets, and disappears into the night at speeds that leave the military pilots in its wake. His latest job is particularly mysterious, as someone has hired him through encrypted channels to hack into the intercontinental seismic surveillance system to find coordinates somewhere in the Arctic. At the North Pole, which is not actually located at the geographic North Pole, but rather concealed beneath an invisible dome at a classified location, the most spectacular city imaginable sprawls across the Arctic landscape. Mrs. Claus runs operations with the precision of a NASA flight director, and the entire place hums with activity as the countdown to Christmas Eve ticks away. That night, Cal submits his resignation letter to Nick, who refuses to accept that his best friend and most trusted protector is walking away. Nick tries to remind Cal of their purpose, that they work for the kids, that even grown-ups were once children who need someone to believe in them. Mercenaries have cut through the invisible dome using an atomic plasma torch. Cal investigates, and what he discovers is his worst nightmare made real. Cal gives chase, actualizing a toy snowmobile into a real one using the magical technology built into his vambrace. But when he tears open the hatches, he finds only empty decoys. The real escape vehicle, a cargo jet, is already disappearing into the sky. At Mora headquarters, the Mythological Oversight and Restoration Authority, Director Zoe Harlow coordinates the response. Their investigation leads them to Jack O'Malley, who they discover planted the tracking device that revealed the North Pole's location. Meanwhile, Jack receives a call from his ex Olivia, asking him to pick up their 12-year-old son Dylan from school. Dylan has been acting out, hacking school attendance records, slashing the tires of a friend who betrayed him. Jack relates to the behavior more than he should, offering advice on how not to get caught rather than how to be better. When Olivia mentions Dylan has a concert that night, Jack dismisses it as something the kid probably does not want him at anyway. Zoe sends a team to apprehend him, and when Jack proves surprisingly difficult to capture, taking out multiple agents. Before she finally acquiesces him with a futuristic stun device, she realizes he might actually be useful. Jack wakes up restrained in his own apartment, completely baffled by what he has stumbled into. Then he sees the Headless Horseman being led away in handcuffs, his flaming pumpkin head carried separately in a lucite box, and the laughter dies in his throat. This is all real. Every myth, every legend, every childhood story he dismissed is absolutely real. Cal arrives at the field site ready to tear Jack apart, but Zoe has a different idea. Jack reveals that he embedded a tracking bug in his client's encrypted communications, insurance against billing issues. They travel to Aruba through a portal hidden in the supply closet of a toy store, one of many such portals that connect to the North Pole transit system. Cal actualizes a Hot Wheels Corvette into a real car. She took back an artifact she once gave him, the Glaskafig, a magical snow globe that imprisons naughty people. They drive to a hedonistic resort where Jack's tracking bug leads them to Ted Cannon, a ruthless power broker protected by Carmanian death mercs. Jack demonstrates his gift for reading people, spotting every flaw and deception at a glance, the exact opposite of Nick's ability to see the best in everyone. Cal's approach to extracting information involves punching through the entire security detail, using his size-shifting abilities to slip between their attacks and deliver devastating counterblows. He says his client will kill them all, and when Cal demands a name, Ted refuses to speak it aloud. He writes it in the sand instead, Grilla. His eyes glow with supernatural blue light, and when he speaks again, it is no longer his voice. She tells Cal that she has Nick and that she intends to punish every single person on the naughty list. Every level, every infraction, from killers to jaywalkers. An ice cream truck emerges from the ocean, playing a distorted version of Feliz Navidad. Jack barely escapes being frozen solid, and Ted gets iced before they can extract more information from him. The battle is chaotic and terrifying, with the snow assassins regenerating from every wound until Cal discovers their weakness. Pull off their carrot noses and they melt into slush. The battle is chaotic and terrifying, with the snow assassins regenerating from every wound until Cal discovers their weakness. Pull off their carrot noses and they melt into slush. Jack barely escapes being frozen solid, and Ted gets iced before they can extract more information from him. The investigation leads them to Germany, where Maura detected unauthorized necromantic incidents that match Grilla's magical signature. When Olivia mentions Dylan has a concert that night, Jack dismisses it as something the kid probably does not want him at anyway. Jack barely knows his own son, having convinced himself that the best thing he can do for the kid is stay out of the way. Cal explains the history. Nick has an adopted brother named Krampus, a Christmas demon who once helped Nick identify well-behaved children. But Krampus became obsessed with the naughty list and started punishing those on it. Nick took the list away, and Krampus never forgave him. He eventually partnered with Grilla in the punishment business until she became too dark even for him. Cal and Jack infiltrate Krampus's realm through a crypt in an ancient cemetery. The domain is pure nightmare, a twilit world with a dread castle, hellhounds, and gargoyle statues that come alive. They sneak through using a rubber chicken that Cal actualizes into a real distraction. But Jack cannot resist grabbing a gold coin from an open treasure chest. An alarm sound throughout the compound. They are captured and thrown into the dungeon. In their cell, Cal finally opens up about why he was ready to quit. He cannot see it anymore. The good in people, the children hiding inside every lost adult. Nick always says that their job is not to change people but to have faith in them, to see who they really are even when they cannot see it themselves. Cal has lost that vision, and without it, he does not know why they are doing any of this. Jack is brought before Krampus for judgment. The Christmas demon is enormous, 8 feet tall with horns and a tail, throwing a party in celebration of Krampusnacht. He intends to keep Cal imprisoned forever as punishment for violating the treaty between his realm and Maura. Grilla has been collecting information from Krampus. She took back an artifact she once gave him, the Glaskafig, a magical snow globe that imprisons naughty people. He intends to keep Cal imprisoned forever as punishment for violating the treaty between his realm and Maura. But Jack has an idea. He challenges Krampus to Krampuslap, a slap fighting game where the winner is whoever does not get knocked out or killed. The match is brutal. Krampus hits with the force of a Mack truck, and Cal barely survives the first round. The Vambrace powers up, Cal delivers a supercharged slap, and Krampus goes down. In the chaos that follows, Cal actualizes a pair of Rock'em Sock'em robots into 7-foot fighting machines, and they escape through the portal. Using the manufacturing capacity of the North Pole and Nick's power as a battery, she is mass-producing these globes. Her plan is to deliver them to every person on the naughty list on Christmas Eve. When they open their gifts, they will be trapped forever. Jack learns that Dylan has received one of these globes. On FaceTime, he watches helplessly as his son picks up the globe and disappears in a flash of blue light. Without hesitation, Jack grabs the globe meant for him and lets himself be taken too. His last words to Cal are simple: "Find me." Jack and Dylan find themselves miniaturized inside snow globes on a shelf in Grilla's operation, which turns out to be located beneath the North Pole itself. Nick never left. The kidnapping was staged using decoys and drones, while shape-shifting Yule lads infiltrated every position in the compound. Cal identified the fake when she mentioned baking macaroons, something the real Mrs. Claus would never do because Nick hates them. Cal and Zoe arrive at the North Pole using old portals to avoid detection. Dylan is panicking, convinced this is happening because of the bad things he has done. But Jack finally becomes the father he should have been years ago. He tells Dylan the truth, that he has been terrible, that he has made countless mistakes, that the reason they are here is because of Jack's choices, not Dylan's. Something remarkable happens as Jack speaks from his heart. Cracks begin forming in his globe. Both globes shatter, and father and son embrace for real. The real team is freed, and they race to stop Grilla from making the ride herself. The final battle takes place on the runway bridge as Grilla attempts to launch Nick's sleigh with a trailer full of millions of snow globes attached. Cal and Jack board the moving sleigh, confronting Grilla, who transforms into her true form, an 18-foot ogre with serpent hair, elephant skin, and 2 massive tails. She throws them from the sleigh with devastating force. Nick awakens just as Cal is about to be killed. With a supernaturally powerful voice, he calls the reindeer home with the command KAVALAME. The reindeer charge in like golden comets, and Jack uses the opportunity to unhook their chains. They rocket into the sky. The sleigh crashes back to the runway, and Grilla is thrown over the edge. But she is not finished. She pulls herself back up in full ogre form, ready to kill them all. Then Krampus arrives in his own dark sleigh. He confronts his former lover, refusing to let her take his brother. She swats him away like a fly. Cal stands alone between her and Nick, ready to die protecting his friend. Nick calls the reindeer one final time. They collide into Grilla with the force of a runaway train, sending her crashing into the trailer of snow globes. The Glaskafig activates, and Grilla is trapped inside one of her own creations. With less than 6 minutes to spare, Operation Christmas begins. Nick is back at full strength, and what follows is the most spectacular delivery sequence imaginable. The sleigh rockets through the sky while support vehicles shuttle cargo containers. Nick rappels down endless lines to chimneys, shrinks himself to descend, transforms tiny presents to full size with a wave of his hand, and zips back up to do it all again billions of times across 37 time zones. Jack and Dylan ride along, witnessing something no humans have ever seen. Jack watches his son's face filled with wonder, and finally understands what Cal meant about seeing the child inside every adult. Cal watches them together and experiences a miracle of his own. His vision blurs, and for just a moment, he sees Jack as the boy he once was, standing next to Dylan. The ability to see the good has returned. As dawn breaks over the Arctic, Cal tells Nick he wants to stay on. No more resignation, no more walking away. Nick claps him on the back and welcomes his commander home. Jack and Cal share a moment of genuine respect, having saved Christmas together. Nick delivers the final wisdom. He never knew it would end okay, but he always believed because that is his job. There is more good out there than anyone realizes. Even the darkest night gives way to the most beautiful dawn. The sleigh descends toward the North Pole as the sun rises over the ice, and Jack O'Malley, the level 4 naughty lister who once ate Santa's cookies out of spite, finally understands what Christmas is all about.